What's going on, everybody? Devore Havoc and G Money. This is
Mm-hmm.
the Not for Debate podcast. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook. You can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, and all other major streaming platforms. Also, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and most definitely share. Gentlemen, what is
Yeah.
going on?
Oh my gosh. One of the most momentous days in gaming history. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. If you're not on it, you have all day Saturday. Get on it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It is freaking fire.
Oh my
If
gosh.
anybody that is not hip to Mass Effect, I don't know what you're doing with your life. That
Put
is
it together.
arguably the best RPG game of all time. And me personally,
Yeah.
I am not a I'm not a shooting gamer. So I don't play Call of Duty. I barely play Battlefield. I don't mess with Fortnite. I don't mess with what's that new crap they got now?
I don't even know.
It's free. It's free.
I jumped off at Call of Duty. I
Call of
never
Duty.
got into Fortnite.
Well,
Yeah, I
it's
never
like
got into Mass Effect either.
you,
I have to.
yes, you have to. Like anything
But
from
I grew
EA.
up on Halo. I grew up on Halo, so
I grew up on Halo
Yeah.
too, but when Gears of War came out,
Yeah.
that
the
I
crown.
was like, what is a Halo?
Took the crown, man.
It took the crown.
I tell you, man. If you look at them Gears of War game, them graphics look next gen before the next gen came out.
Yes.
they were nice. Yeah,
The online was phenomenal too.
Yeah.
When you hit, I think it was Gears of War 2. It was cheesy, but it kept you hooked.
God, man, that game. It's just they got the shooting and the melee perfect in that game.
Yes.
yeah.
Perfect,
Like,
man.
just blasting somebody out their shoes with a
And then with
shotgun
you
was
get the
just
chainsaw
fire,
on the
bruh.
gun.
Yes.
I just feel like that was top game of the year for years. It was like
It-
that was a top game. Yeah,
It won all the awards when it came out. I know that much. But everyone's got homework. You got Mass Effect, and the J. Cole album came out as well off season.
yes.
Golly.
So far, I've listened to the first couple tracks. I have never been a big, huge J. Cole fan, but so far, listening to this album, I like it so far.
Bro,
J. Cole doesn't disappoint, brother. That
real
that
hip hop
album
is
is
not
nice.
dead.
I just have never been serious with J. Cole. Like his first couple mixtapes, I jammed to a couple songs on the mixtapes, but outside of that, his albums, I just not have been a fan of him.
You know what, man? I think he's one of them type of dudes. You gotta be in a specific vibe to listen to his albums, right? It's kind of like a Nas album. You gotta be in a specific vibe to listen to the album. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? You can put on Hard Knock Life Volume 2 anytime. Doesn't matter when. But for J. Cole, you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
You gotta.
I disagree. I think I could vibe to J. Cole or Nas at any point in time. Doesn't matter to me. Like his music is just it's just so smooth and flowing, and the stuff that he says is so smart.
Yeah,
him
no.
and Kendrick
it
are
might
like
just be the
1A1.
lyrics for me. It might just be
I'll
the
tell you
lyrics.
because I try to go through life calm and all that, but I know Nas has a very calm demeanor, but
Right.
man, he especially early Illmatic, it's a lot of eye for an eye, and I'm not trying to walk towards that energy, but but I will say, I mean, look, I like sitting back, laying back, and just vibing with the record, man. That's an album. That's not just song. That's an album he put together with that one.
Yeah.
And I will say, everyone has their personal list of favorite MCs. J. Cole kind of represents like what I like in hip hop MCs, but he's not really like one of my top guys, I would say. But you cannot deny him.
Would you
Cannot
call him
deny
a
him.
modern? Would you call him a modern day Rakim or no?
No, I would say no because at one point Rakim was a top dog. Yeah, like
Right.
no question about it, just the top dog. And then Big Daddy Kane came and you know what I'm saying, took over. But I think here's the thing. There's a guy named Kendrick Lamar looming around in the shadows at all times. So until he calls it a day, I don't know if J. Cole can ever say he can say he's put in the work, but I mean Kendrick
So you got Kendrick over Jay. Okay, that's like saying 1 and 1A to me. They're that close.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's opposite it's opposite ends of poetry class.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I think it just comes down to personal preference, and for me, I prefer K. Dot, but
Kendrick.
Yeah,
it's close, man. It's close.
I'll say the separation for me is the fact that Kendrick did To Pimp a Butterfly, and to me I think that separates him from all hip hop people. Period.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life.
Bro,
I think he's the greatest in this generation. He's like a mixture of Tupac and Nas.
It's gonna be very hard for any contemporary hip hop artist to top that album from a pure artistic standpoint, right? He's still young, right? He's not like in his Jay-Z phase of his career. He's still young. So for him to do that while he was still hot, do basically a concept jazz album.
Nothing's touching Section 80 for me. I like Section 80. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Kendrick album.
And then after that, he came out with Damn, which was just like hit after hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, yes.
It's like, yeah, this guy, he's the guy. He's the guy for me.
1,000. Now, let's go ahead and get into some sports, right?
Yeah.
So first, let me ask you guys this real fast because my folks in my area, they actually do watch the pod. I was a little bit curious about it, but one of my friends came up to me and asked me this question. I'm gonna try to phrase this as best as possible. Would you guys say that Russell Westbrook is the best NBA athlete?
Ooh. Happy, you go first on this one because I got a lot to say.
So for me, Russell Westbrook is what Derrick Rose would have been if he didn't mess up his knees and he didn't tear his ACLs all the times. Like that's it. The progression should have been Derrick Rose to Russell Westbrook, but yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it's hard to say best athlete with LeBron James just hanging about. Now, if you were to say most explosive athlete, I would reckon to say, even though he's about 10 years older than John Morant, he's still more explosive than John Morant. So I might have to give it to him.
I kind of okay. So as far as just the point guard position, I don't think there's been an athletic point guard more athletic than him. I think that the comparison for Rose and Westbrook is good, but I think Westbrook is stronger, has more veracity than when Rose was doing. Rose was like he had veracity and anger, but not like Westbrook. His Westbrook intensity was just different. I've never seen that in anybody. Like even when Kobe was around, he was doing this thing. He was mean with it, but it was more cerebral. Westbrook is like, like he doesn't matter who's in front of him. He's just gonna attack. So I would say that maybe, but LeBron is out there, and I can't put him I can't put him over LeBron. But as far as point guard, yes. As far as just guard in general, point guard, shooting guard, he's.
I don't even look at Russell Westbrook as a point guard, to be honest.
He's got that block top mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's how many years deep, and he's still doing what he's doing, right? Yeah. Like, Blake Griffin, he was supposed to be the super athlete in the league. He took 2 years off dunking, and then he joined on with Brooklyn, and all of a sudden, he's dunking and doing alley-oops again. Russell Westbrook has been on full blast his whole career, and possibly to his detriment, but that's who he is.
Okay, so
anyway, yes. Sorry.
So G Money, real quick, let me ask you this: do you think LeBron could average a triple-double if he wanted to?
Of course. It would be easy for him.
Bro, he's come like 1 assist and 1 rebound short of a triple-double almost every year of his career.
Every year, yeah.
Okay, so I don't understand the hype with Russell Westbrook to be on.
Because he's 5 feet shorter than LeBron, and come come on, man. Like, I don't understand how you think that triple doubles are easy to get.
I'm not saying that they're easy. I'm not saying that they're easy, but there have been occasions where I have seen the bigs move out the way and let Russell Westbrook get the rebound.
But you know why?
Not always.
You know why? Because Russ gets the ball off the boards and he pushes the tempo.
Yes.
Like, let's be honest. When he started, when he became triple double Westbrook, that's when the band left. Wasn't nobody there left but Cameron Payne, right? So who else?
Look,
who else gonna run that show?
There's been times where Steven Adams will push everybody out the way and let Westbrook get a rebound. So I know what you're saying, but they did that to speed up the tempo because he had nobody else to pass the ball to.
Also,
fast break, easy bucket.
Them Russell Westbrook mid-range jumper, which is not great. Got Steven Adams paid a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? Russell Westbrook from 3 in mid-range, that's what's getting Steven Adams paid.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair enough. But since we on the topic of the Oklahoma City Thunder, G Money did bring this up about Chris Paul and his impact with the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Chris Paul should win the MVP
over Jokic? No, but he should be considered. Because if you think about it, the Phoenix Suns were 10th place last year, and they've been horrible. He comes there and instantly they change. Like that, they're in the fight for the number 1 seed. I think that his leadership to the game is beautiful. The way he leads the game, not just his passing, he's just a great leader. Everywhere he goes, that's a playoff team. So I think that he should be considered. But Joker's just been the best player in the league from the beginning to the end. So I can't. Got to give it to Nikolai. But if it wasn't him, then yeah, Chris Paul.
I mean, I would say if you want to make Chris Paul first team All NBA, I'm not fighting you. But MVP, I mean, there is a case to be made. I don't know if the case is stronger than Jokic. I don't know if the case is stronger than Embiid, quite frankly. But it's worth mentioning.
Didn't the Nuggets make it to the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
Didn't the Philadelphia 76ers make it to the playoffs last year?
Yeah,
I get your point. I get where you're going at.
Oh, okay, so G Money knows where I'm going with this. The Phoenix Suns haven't made it to the playoffs in almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And basically, the only change they made in that roster was Chris Paul.
Now, to the Suns' credit, now this is also I'm going to bring this to the table. Last year in the bubble, they were 8-0. So they was already on the rise.
Yeah, they were already cooking. Well, it was because Booker. Once you get Booker and Ayton on the floor, like they're not a joke anymore.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm looking at Booker and I'm looking at DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins had Sacramento for 7 years and never got his team into the playoffs. He even played with Rondo and they still didn't make it to the playoffs. Do you give Booker more credit for the Phoenix Suns' success, or is it more Chris Paul? Is it all Chris Paul?
I mean, ultimately, it comes down to the organization actually putting the players around him that are needed to highlight his game.
That's pretty tough because
he's the best player on that team.
I don't think I've seen anybody worth mentioning in Sacramento with DeMarcus Cousins off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rondo. And Rudy Gay.
I think we all know what Rudy Gay is at this point.
Was this before or after Rudy Gay got the eye surgery?
I think this was after.
Yeah. You know what? For me, I feel like Rudy Gay is one of them. He's kind of like, for me, he's like an empty calorie scorer. You know what I mean? He's like a dude that's getting you just pure points. I'm not here to give you defense, rebounding, or assist.
That's true.
I'm just here to give you buckets, and that's it.
Although he did play defense in Memphis. The 3 years he was in Memphis, that whole team.
But that whole team was playing defense.
But that whole team was all defensive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he couldn't slide by not playing defense on that team.
True.
Outside of Rudy, though, there's really not that many players that actually was in Sacramento to play with DeMarcus Cousins.
Also,
you don't count Rondo?
Not really.
You know,
Rondo has his spurts. I'll put it to you like that.
Yeah,
he was amazing for the Lakers last year, and I think he's going to be great for the Clippers this year.
Rondo is a good dude that'll put the pieces together, but if you don't have the pieces, it's like, you know, he can't really do. He can do what he can do for DeMarcus Cousins, but you know, the rest of the dudes, you know, it's empty calories. Also, you know, Rudy Gay, one of the most reliable hairlines in the NBA. Him and Paul George, that hairline down to their damn near down to their eyebrows. Very reliable hairlines.
So we just not on board with Chris Paul getting the MVP now.
No.
I can't. And you know what? Embiid is not even second because he missed too much time. I think Giannis has overtook him because
what is up with your love affair with Giannis right now?
Let me tell you something. Let me explain to you. This man was 16 for 16 in the All-Star game. Have you watched the Brooklyn games that they played? They were doubling him on the perimeter. He was shooting fadeaway jump shots. This is a different guy. I'm telling you, watch out for this guy in the playoffs. I'm telling you.
Same guy.
And not just him, that team. Okay.
Still can't shoot. Bro. And they literally leave him as wide open as possible. Anytime he's on the perimeter.
He's hitting it more than he used to. Okay.
That's not a good number though.
He's hitting it more than he used to, but it's gonna take a lot more in the playoffs.
But he used to be terrible, and he's slightly better than that.
Okay.
I'm not here to hate on him. I'm just saying. Now,
to his credit, I like the development.
Yeah, I mean, he got a slow shot too.
Yeah.
You
if
know,
there was somebody tall enough, they would have blocked the shot. Yeah.
Like like how Draymond Green for like 2 or 3 years was like a semi-reliable 3-point shooter, and then it just fell off a cliff.
Yeah,
I think Giannis is at that point of his career where he's like a semi-reliable 3-point shooter, but I feel like at a certain point it's gonna fall off a cliff.
But
you know what I mean?
I don't think it's a lock for Brooklyn to go to the finals. I think they have a lot of glaring issues. They're small inside. They don't play great defense. But they have Kevin Durant. So anytime you got Kevin Durant, you got a strong chance. But
it ain't about having Kevin Durant, even though Kevin Durant is not necessarily the defender he used to be, but he's still the scorer. It's Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James. And what's his name? When they have Claxton out there at the center, then you got your rebounding. So, and then you got Blake Griffin.
But it's different than the Warriors team. The Warriors were so good, not because of the offense. They played great defense, and I don't think this Nets team plays great defense. So it's going to be hard for them to win.
Efficient offensively too. People seem to forget the Golden State Warriors as a team. I think they were like third in three point makes compared to the rest of the league. So
I will say this about the Nets, though, particularly when it comes to the playoffs, they had guys that can generate offense in the half court. Right. That's what's going to be the difference, I think, between them and other teams. Is they don't have to run up and down to get buckets. Actually, it probably plays better to their advantage if they slow the ball down and just pick people apart. Because you can't. It's too many people on the floor to double. You gotta leave someone with single coverage. So if they learn, if they actually just move the ball around, can't nobody stop them.
That's true.
That's true. But what about Miami? Miami's been coming on lately. Like they
don't have enough. Let's be real here. They don't
have enough, but they have enough defense.
We needed Oladipo, and I said this when Victor Oladipo got traded to the Heat. I said this. I said I like Victor Oladipo. I just always see him in a suit. That's the problem I got with him. I like him. He's a good player. I see him in a suit more than I see him in a uniform.
Oh man! Before we move on, G Money, just break down what the playoff race is looking like right now.
So the playoff race is not Sacramento. I don't know why I said Sacramento. Dallas, Portland, and LA are fighting for that 6th spot because if you clinch 6, you don't have to do the play-in game. So I'm gonna explain it again. So basically, 7 plays 8. The loser out of that plays the winner out of 9 and 10, and then whoever wins that gets the 8 seed. That's how that works. So everyone is trying to get out that 7 seed. I think that Philly, they're probably going to lock up the number 1 seed, but I have no faith in Philly. They don't look like a team that could win. Like I see Miami beating them in the 2nd round if they stay, because right now Miami's 5th and Atlanta is 4th. Again, I don't know how the hell Atlanta is 4th. They started off so bad and just came out of nowhere. Like the fact that the Hawks are better than the Celtics is just mind blowing. And then the Celtics, they're in the 7th seed, which is completely disappointing because after going last year to the Eastern Conference Finals, you would think that with that talent, they would be better, but they've been disappointing all year. Who's 8th in the East? Let me see. I forgot. Who's it? No, Celtics are 7th. The Hornets. The Hornets are 8th. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I think that if they lock up the 8th seed, he should win Rookie of the Year, no question. In the West, the Warriors are 8th, which they're fighting with Memphis right now.
And we were just talking about MVP. Ain't no one talking about Steph.
Yeah, but MVP on the 8th seed.
I've been fighting G Money to the death about Steph getting the MVP.
They are playing the Steph Curry offense, and it is bro. He leads the league in scoring.
Yeah, but the 8th seed, you give the MVP to somebody in the 8th seed, yeah?
I'm not
gave it to Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook was in the 6th seed, and that was special. That was different.
This is special.
What I'm saying is Steph Curry is playing with scrubs right now. He's playing with like Andrew Wiggins. I understand he's a talented player. He don't always show up though. Draymond Green can't shoot. He can't shoot anymore, right? He's there for defensive purposes. So this is the Steph Curry offense, and bro, look, he hitting shots from the parking lot again.
What's crazy is that they're triple teaming him, and he's still finding a way to score. Bro. It's like they're leaving everybody open, basically.
Give the man the MVP.
I would too. Yeah. What you gonna run over to Bazemore? You think Bazemore's gonna cook you?
What about the Mavericks at number 5? Do you think the Mavericks can make noise?
No.
You don't believe in Luka?
You can't. No, I believe in Luka. You can't. You can't rely on Porzingis.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Same thing with Oladipo. I like him when he's on the court. I just see him in a suit more.
Okay, so you think that because LeBron played today and he actually played very well, if they just stay at number 7, do you think that he could take the number 7 seed to the finals against this West team? To me, if that happens, they would play the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're talking
what
about
they're setting up for.
We're talking about the king, We're talking about the king. So yeah, I think yes. I think that can happen.
Okay.
Bro, you can't bet against LeBron. You just
in the playoffs
can't do it. Just can't do it.
Did you ever say where the Wizards were?
The Wizards. Let me go back. Hold on one second.
They're the 8th. I think they're 8th.
They're 9th. If the season ended, they would play the Pacers for the 8th seed, basically. No, actually, let me go back. Sorry, 7 plays 8. The loser out of that plays the winner out of 9 and 10.
It's looking like the Wizards are getting in.
And probably because I don't see the Hornets.
Yeah,
and the Pacers have been losing lately, so I don't see them either.
Yeah, let's see. I like this play-in tournament though. I know players don't like it, but I think it's interesting.
So it's just one game for the play-in?
No. Yeah, it's just one game, and then you just play the next round or the next winner. So I don't know if you understand. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay.
So basically, there's the 2 teams that are fighting for that specific seed, and then once they win, they get the seed.
Right. So 7 plays 8, right? So if 7 wins, they stay at 7. If 8 wins, they go up to 7. So that loser will play the winner out of 9 and 10, and the winner out of that gets the 8 seed. You get it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I follow you.
Okay.
I like it. I like it. You know why I like it? Because a lot of times teams, they come on late, or for whatever reason, they make noise, but maybe they're a game or two out, and that gives, once again, man, it gets people engaged. It gets people. I mean, look, whoever number 8 seed ain't gonna do nothing in the playoffs. So at least,
unless it's the Lakers or just the Lakers. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have to worry about the Warriors.
Okay, so Havoc, you weren't here on Wednesday when we broke down the NFL schedule. So I took the liberty and jotted down a couple of key matchups. I just want to get you guys' opinion on those. Obviously, the most important one is going to be the one on October 3rd, the Tom Brady Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Bill Belichick New England Patriots.
I mean, ultimately, the Patriots and the Buccaneers are playing for two different things. The Buccaneers are legitimately playing to repeat as Super Bowl champions, and and New England is playing to maintain respectability. Now, if you ask me who's going to win, Tampa Bay is going to win. Now, I feel like whenever Tom Brady plays New England, that's when he's going to pull out that special pouch of magic powder that he has, and he's going to pull out whatever tricks he has. He has to beat New England, because look, as we know, Tom Brady said, "Hey, it was kind of like Bill Belichick's out here thinking that he's Joe Budden, and Tom Brady was Rory and Maul, and then he had him. He's basically treating him like a sideshow, like Bill Belichick's out here like I really run this show, and Tom Brady's like, we'll see." And then he went down to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl. So, and wait, did Jarrett Stidham get cut from the New England? Is he still with New England? Because Mac Jones just took his job.
I think so.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, we'll see. It should be an interesting matchup, though.
So Vore said on Wednesday that he's going with New England. I said there's no way in hell that Tom Brady is going to lose to Bill Belichick in Florida. That's not going to happen. Yeah, it's not even going to be easy to me. Like, it's going to be, I wouldn't say blowout, but maybe like a 10-point win, something like that. Whereas it's going to seem close, but they're going to pull away at the end. So Tampa, fairly easy one.
I was just sleeping on that New England Patriots defense, huh?
Yeah, but they have nothing on offense. So,
considering the fact that Bill Belichick knows all Tom Brady's weaknesses, and Tom Brady's not that good to begin with at this point in his career,
we have to stop with that narrative.
Hey, to be honest with you, the offense for the New England Patriots, average at best, but I feel like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to have to put up points too. And with Tom Brady and them turnovers that the New England Patriots can force, it's going to put the Patriots in some excellent positions to score.
So is Tampa Bay is bringing back Godwin, right?
Yes.
They're bringing back Godwin, Humphreys, Antonio Brown, and Scotty Miller, right?
Correct.
They still have LeGarrette Blount. Not LeGarrette Blount. They still have the new era LeGarrette Blount.
Fournette.
They still got Fournette. They still got Ronald Jones. They still got O.J. Howard. They still got Mike Evans. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, yeah, the New England defense is always going to be good, bro. That's too many horses.
They got a secondary now. Like, come on now. Gilmore's still there. J.C. Jackson's still there.
They just picked up the guy from the yeah.
Like, that secondary is no joke for the New England Patriots. They got some ballers in the secondary.
Like Kyle Duggar is gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be. Yeah, Kyle Duggar is gonna be starting now that McCourty's out.
Yes.
So
1,000. I think Patrick Chung is coming back too.
Yeah.
Patrick Chung still plays for the Patriots.
Yeah, he opted out last year.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty decent now.
All right, so next key matchup is a week 1 matchup. The New York Jets versus the Carolina Panthers, and obviously Sam Darnold got traded from the Jets to the Carolina Panthers, and to take his place, Zach Wilson was drafted number 2 overall by the New York Jets.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This game sounds mad boring.
You're not gonna like it? I think I'm gonna like it. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I'm sorry, man. It's hard for me to get up to watch Sam Darnold against Zach Wilson. That's a hard one for me to get up for. But we'll see.
Carolina's a better team.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets have been a disaster the past few years, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I just want to say shout out to Shake because of the fact that he thinks that the Jets are a good team without Adam Gase, but I feel like they're going to be in purgatory for a little while longer. Speaking of the devil, there he is right there.
What's up, brother?
What's better, homie? What's up? How y'all
Good.
doing? By the way, it's not in Florida. It's in Foxborough. The game. It's in Foxborough. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in Tampa. Okay.
Oh, even more motivation for Tom Brady.
Yeah. It doesn't change it. Doesn't change a thing.
He said it doesn't change a thing.
It doesn't change a thing. It's even more. Like, why would you want to beat your former team?
I might have to put your ass on the pole for that.
Doesn't change a thing. It's extra motivation.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Patriots. I don't bet against Belichick.
Okay.
Next key matchup
Actually,
is the Jacksonville.
you know what? For once, DeBoer, I agree with you, and for other reasons you mentioned.
Really?
I agree with DeBoer for once, and for other reasons he mentioned.
Oh, that's a first. Let me go look outside and see if it's a full moon or not.
Clock this date and this time.
He must have a rock must have fell on him and then knocked him straight.
That.
The next key matchup is the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. That is a week 6 matchup, and Trevor Lawrence versus Tua Tagovailoa. Obviously, the 2 best college prospects in 2019.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I want to hear the Dolphins fans first. Let's see what they say.
Man, I mean, look, it's going to be tough, and I think it's going to be tough mostly because they got a very young team, but secondly, while they have Urban Meyer as their coach, I mean, he ain't never coached an NFL game before, right? So, it's good. I think for the Jacksonville, man, it's going to be a lot of growing pains, just in general from the beginning. That's, the Dolphins are a little bit further ahead in their progression as a team than Jacksonville is. So, yeah, man. I mean, I think it's a clear edge for Miami.
I would agree.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you guys on that one, just considering the fact that Jaguars just don't have enough firepower to hang with the Miami Dolphins defense. So definitely, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Miami Dolphins on that one.
But I do think eventually the Jaguars will be better than the Dolphins in the future. I do think so, but not right now.
I mean, I'm not rolling, but okay. Okay. See, now you don't brought out a controversy now, G Money. Let me ask you this now.
I trust Jacksonville to be Jacksonville, but okay.
But okay, considering the fact that we have not seen Trevor Lawrence play in an NFL uniform, who do you think will have a better career, Trevor Lawrence or Tua? Excuse me. Hold on. I'm gonna make it even easier for you. Who will have a better rookie season, Tua or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence, definitely.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah, definitely.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter how bad Trevor Lawrence plays. He's never going to get pulled out.
Right.
He is like Trevor Lawrence has Trevor Lawrence does not have a veteran quarterback threatening his position.
He got Minshew back there.
No, stop it.
Gardner Minshew is not threatening his position.
Okay. Brian Fitzpatrick, he wasn't threatening to his position.
He kind of was.
No, it wasn't. He's 40? No, 36. He's 36. So
yeah, but
he knew what it was.
But you gotta take the history into account, right? Like during Brian Flores' first year, you could very well say Ryan Fitzpatrick salvaged that season, the 2019 season. You could very well say he salvaged that season and made it at least, so you can
respectable.
Yeah, you can make it somewhat respectable, right?
And it wasn't respectable. You're still sub 500. There's nothing to be respectable about.
That could have been a 2-win season easy. That could have been a 2-win season.
Oh, well, while we got the Eagles fan in the party, how about you? Thank you, G Money. Thank you for getting the ball rolling for us.
You're welcome.
Wasn't the Eagles our first win?
Yeah, man. Listen, you clowned me on Wednesday about the Eagles. I know we're gonna suck. It's okay.
It's okay. This Wednesday, I'm gonna let you off easy. I'm gonna go ahead and wear my Eagles jersey, my McNabb one, my stitched one that I spent like $250 for. I'm gonna go ahead and wear that.
Oof, man.
But the next matchup is the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs, week 2. Obviously, the two more perennial quarterbacks in the league, well, probably the two best teams in the league in the AFC right now.
Well, it appears that Kansas City bought Patrick Mahomes an even bigger wall than he had last season. So, hey, man, Kansas City back to business as usual. I mean, you could very well make the case that they're better. Their offensive line is better and deeper than last season. So I think it's going to be back to business. Look, Baltimore's going to do what Baltimore does. It's the question isn't Baltimore winning in the regular season. I mean, they have enough talent to do that. It's what is their game plan for the playoffs? That's what it comes down to for Baltimore.
Go ahead and get him, G-Buddy. Go ahead and get him, man. Go get him.
What's the game plan for the playoffs, man? We ain't worried about Baltimore regular season.
Hey, listen, Baltimore got some pass rushers in the draft. They got a good defense. They got some weapons in the second, in the wide receiver position. I'm going for the upset. I'm saying Baltimore on the road.
Oh my! You just described Baltimore every season. Oh, they got some pass rushers. Got a couple of guys that can catch some balls. You know what I mean?
He never had nobody. Come on, man. He didn't have anybody to pass to. Come on. It's different this year.
All right.
I'm going with Kansas City.
Yeah. If they can't block them, this is over for them. So the offensive line better be great.
They made sure they took care of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They definitely made sure they took care of that. Next matchup. Two former first round picks. Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals at Trevor Lawrence's Jacksonville Jaguars, Thursday Night Football, week 4.
Cincinnati, not even a question, not a debate. Stop it. Come on.
I don't know about
Cincinnati.
that.
That's a tough one.
I don't know, man. Cincinnati has been trash for the past 2 years straight. I mean, just not even decent. Trash. No. What I'm saying is I know what Cincinnati has been. Even when they had Joe Burrow, they had some more fight. But the team was, they're not good.
The defense gave up a lot of points. If they can just keep the opposing team to,
and you know what I don't like? I don't like the fact that, especially talking about the Bengals of last season, I don't like the fact that they phoned it in, and then when other teams pulled their card, they got real emotional about it. I personally don't like that. So for me, I've said it before, and I'm still going to say it. Are we sure Zach Taylor is a head coach in the NFL?
Offensively, it showed that he can be, but considering the fact this is his first time being a head coach, implementing his own offense, I need to see the transition to year 2 as far as how defenses adapt to what he's bringing to the table.
Okay.
Then I'll make my decision.
Zach Taylor kind of strikes me as a guy that's concerned with how the offense is, and he offloads the defense to the defensive coordinator, which is supposed to how it's supposed to be. But just we all know there's some coaches, man. They ain't trying to talk to the defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Andy Reid ain't here trying to tell the DBs how to play.
That's true. All right, so here's a really good one. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, who's the Packers quarterback?
That's the question. Now let's just look at this and just assume that Aaron Rodgers is still going to be a Green Bay Packer, and they mend fences with the Green Bay Packers organization, and he decides to play for them.
I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is there, it's competitive, but I like Kansas City. If Jordan Love is playing, then it's not even a question who's winning that game.
Everything on the table for Kansas City if Jordan Love is playing, but
exactly.
Tough matchup for me to pick.
That should have been the Super Bowl last year, so it's like that would be a huge, one of the biggest regular season games ever. I'm going with Green Bay at home. I can't pick against.
You know what?
A-Rod.
Let me ask this question though. If Green Bay drafted Antoine Winfield Jr. instead of Jordan Love, and he was their starting safety all year long, would Green Bay have made it to the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay.
I just don't like their receivers, like Geronimo Allison, St. Brown, and
they got a lot of prototypes.
Yeah, they got a lot of what do they call it? Dorchester guys, like they did for Tom Brady. So I felt like with that pick, well, they traded with the Dolphins to get that 23rd pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Was something like that.
Yes, something like that to get that 23rd pick to draft Jordan Love. So at that point, they could have went out and got another playmaker for Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't have thought they would have went defense, considering the fact that Darnell Savage is back there, and I just didn't see safety being a priority of need at that time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is true. They got a lot. Like when you look at the Green Bay wide receivers, it's like, I mean, it's just from eyesight, everyone is like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and up.
It's Devontae Adams and some guys, basically. Devontae Adams and some guys, and
Devontae Adams and some dudes.
That's what it was. You got
Devontae and the dudes.
Okay, last game. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns, Week 16, which I think is going to have some serious playoff implications.
It's going to be a huge game. Mm-hmm.
Actually, it kind of sounds a little bit like the Miami Dolphins, Devontae and some dudes. Well, up until this year. Now we got some ballers now. But
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Cleveland, I think will hold on to win. I think Pittsburgh, I think they're going to eventually, in about a year or so, they're going to be on a rebuild. I think they're heading down their team. Unfortunately, because they're such a great franchise, but I think they have to start over eventually. Because how long can Ben go really? Like,
he might not even be the starter this year.
True.
If Dwayne Haskins can get it right.
Yeah, they're not moving off Ben unless Ben makes a move off of him, I would say. But look, I think Pittsburgh. I don't think they're going forward, but they're not necessarily going back quickly either. That being said, man, they're stagnant. They are kind of like how you think about it, right? Like stagnant for the Miami Dolphins is like 8-8, 7-9, 9-7. Like stagnant for the Pittsburgh Steelers is like 10-6,
10-6,
10-6, 11-5, 12-4, right? Like that's the usual for the Steelers. So
right.
I think they're gonna be in that range, that 10 to 12 win range as they usually are, especially if they're healthy. But Cleveland, in my opinion, clearly Cleveland's better. Cleveland's better than the Steelers. So
The Ravens too, maybe. Maybe.
Possibly.
I think Cleveland might be better than the Ravens too. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as being a more balanced team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very. I mean, yeah. I can see it. I can see it.
So are we making a bold prediction that the Cleveland Browns win the AFC North?
Book it.
Shit.
Book it. I'm down with Cleveland. I'm down with
Tight
Cleveland to win
race.
the division.
Tight race over the Ravens, yeah.
Because you know what? Even if Aaron Rodgers comes back and plays for the Packers, it ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same. Like, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just can't put all my eggs in the basket for Cleveland.
I hear you.
They've let me down way too many times. Same thing with the Atlanta Falcons. I will never, ever put money on the Falcons again in my life.
I'll say Cleveland has never let me down because I've never had any expectations for them.
True.
I just always trusted that they would not be a winning franchise, and they have not been a winning franchise. But look, man, they got the names. The coach seems to be able to put it together. They're not throwing it all on Baker to make it happen. They still have Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Like, they got OBJ and Jarvis. You got Myles Garrett. I mean, we're not grasping at straws here. They got guys. So
I feel like Kareem Hunt may end up being traded by week 1 to the Dolphins. That's my bold prediction of tonight.
I would welcome that.
That's my bold prediction for tonight. Kareem Hunt will be a Miami Dolphin by week 1.
They're gonna have to pay him soon. They're gonna have to pay him soon.
That's fine. He's 26.
No, I'm saying that towards Cleveland. Cleveland's gonna have to pay Kareem Hunt pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. Dolphins still need a running back. I don't care what anybody says.
So either James Robinson will be traded to the Dolphins, or Kareem Hunt will be traded to the Dolphins. One of the two. But I can see one of them being in Miami.
And I know the Dolphins are talking about Malcolm Brown. Don't believe them. They're looking for more running backs.
What's the guy they gave up a few years ago for the Eagles? Jay, what's his name?
Jay Ajayi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Dolphins, and ever since Ricky and Ronnie, they haven't had great running backs. Like, I don't.
Lamar Miller had a nice little stink for us. He had a nice little stink. Like, don't do my man like
Lamar
that.
Miller.
That's my high school bro. I actually went to high school with him, so shout out to Lamar.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, real quickly, did you go to high school with any NFL players, DeVore?
No, not very many Mo County products make it to the league.
Yeah.
Except for this year. 7th round, a running back went to Damascus. He went to the Rams.
That's what's up. I went to high school with 2 dudes that went to the league. There's one dude named Erasmus James that played for the Vikings. And another dude named Bryant McFadden that played
the corner.
Yeah, went to Florida State. Yeah, went to Florida State. Played for Pittsburgh.
Didn't he play for the Ravens too?
I think so. He played for a couple. He won a championship with the Steelers. He played with a couple teams. So.
The guy in the chat, Esther Penn, said Ryan Tannehill went to his high school.
Oh, that's what's up. So you saw him. You saw him as a wide receiver then.
Was he a jerk? Let me ask you that. Was he a jerk? Well,
high school.
Was he like this? Was he like this? The stereotype like high school jock jerk?
He looks like Captain America, bro.
Yes, he does.
Come on. He looks like new Captain America. So.
Yeah, the new one, not Chris Evans.
No. So new Captain America is Anthony Mackie. But
no, not the black Captain America.
The fake Captain America.
The fake one, yeah. U.S. agent, yeah.
The U.S. agent, exactly, yeah.
Actually, I take that back. Just thinking about it, Darnell Dockett. I didn't play with him, but he came from Oak County.
Actually, and I had a few classes, a guy named Jamel Williams, and he was Dan Orlovsky's backup in Connecticut. That's pretty much it, though. MacArthur High School, bro. Look us up. Hollywood, Florida. You know the vibes.
A couple guys from my school went to not just Lamar. I think it was a few guys. I forgot his name. Keith something with an R. R-E-S. He played for the 49ers. Got his name. Yeah,
okay, that's what's up. Before we close this out, I did want to remind everybody the NBA Hall of Fame induction ceremony was tonight. I haven't checked out the Kobe Bryant speech yet, but I will most definitely check it out right after the pod. Just a quick reminder, Kobe Bryant's going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame tonight. Kevin Garnett's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight, and Tim Duncan is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight. So, but most definitely that Kobe Bryant tribute speech is going to definitely be one to watch right after this pod. But final thoughts, fellas, before we end up closing this thing out.
I just want to shout out today's Haitian Flag Day. Haitian people are like one of the coolest people on the face of the earth. I love them. I got all respect for Haitian people, so big up to them. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, Kobe. You know what I mean? But we're in the month of May. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month, so be sure to, look out for yourself, look out for the people around you, look out for people who need help but may not know how to ask for help. You know what I mean? Yeah, as always, it's a pleasure to be on here. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that Kobe Bryant speech too.
Yeah,
I want to see what they do with it.
Yes, and Michael Jordan is supposed to be presenting him this evening too.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to be interesting. Sheikh, I know you wasn't sitting in here the whole time, but did you want to say a little
I just wanted to say real quick. I graduated with Santana Moss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Santana Moss.
Yeah, he went to Carroll City.
Okay.
Carroll City.
Yeah, he graduated in 97. Graduated Carroll City.
Oh, that's what's up.
So, no, just rest in peace, Kobe. And sorry I missed today. I was at my mom's house. We did a late Mother's Day dinner, whatever, because we couldn't get together last week. So we did it this week.
That's what's up. Shout out to mom.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to her.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, just stop by and say hi to everybody. Sorry I missed you guys.
It's all right, brother.
Yeah, it's all good.
To piggyback off of Havoc as far as Mental Awareness Month, because as recently, it's actually been quite a trend. A lot of folks in my area have been passing away a lot recently. So for the folks at home that are actually sitting down and actually watching the Not for the Bay podcast, as far as mental health is concerned, I know Banks is really the hype man when it comes down to mental health and expressing your feelings. Look, man, if you're having issues, find somebody to talk to. Straight up like that, man. Straight up like that. But
and also like I don't want to put myself out there, but I felt myself during the week because I got into a car accident and I had a full meltdown one day. I'm not proud of it, but at the same time I reached out to my supervisor and I got the number to a counselor. So now hopefully next week I'm going to be seeking out from the job to talk to. So he can help me sort through some of my problems. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And
I commend you
that's
for
very
that, bro.
important.
I commend you.
That's very strong of you, brother.
Yeah, and I think we need to understand. I think particularly as men, particularly, we're all here men of color. A lot of times we don't know where to go because we haven't been taught where to go or even how to show that we need help in these certain areas. But there are a number of resources available, number of like hotlines you can call. There's resources available kind of all over the place now, but understand that therapy and counseling doesn't necessarily mean you in a room by yourself with a counselor. It could be just you and your friends, people that you know, that trust, that have your best interests at heart, that you can express yourself to, and vice versa. And that's we got to be very wary that the concept of community is imperfect people coming together to form a more perfect union. And in order for us to really confront a lot of the issues that we have, I think we all have to do it on the individual level first, and understand that even as the world is changing, the dynamic of society is changing. A lot of the things that we think are normal, a lot of the behaviors that we personally have, we may think it's normal, but to the people around you in your life, the people that live with you, your family, significant others, whatever, they it's like children. They see what's happening, and if they try and approach you and try to let you know what's going on, just accept it, right? Accept that they have your best interests at heart, and understand that there's no ego when it comes to help. Everybody gets help. If you're an athlete, you twist your ankle, you're gonna go to the trainer's table. If you had someone pass away in your family recently and need to reach out to someone, you were in a traumatic event, need to reach out to someone. It's as normal as putting on your seatbelt when you're about to drive your car. It's just you have a problem, you find out the solution to the problem. And I think if we kind of view it that way, then we can overcome the stigma attached to mental health counseling and therapy.
I think
Makes sense.
Very beautiful said, man. Thank you.
I think we're gonna have to clip that. We definitely gonna have to clip that. What is this, like 56.30? 56.30.
Yeah, man. Even though the organization I work with, I'm helping to put together the programming for the Mental Health Awareness Month over there. So, and I'm in school for psychology, so this is something that's very present on my mind, pretty much on a daily basis. And really, trying. This is kind of the reason why I like doing this. Talking is, so people know. Yeah, it is therapeutic, right? It is therapeutic, but also understand that counseling, therapy, whatever you want to call it, it's not someone in a suit and a tie, right? It's just talking. That's all it is. It's talking. And if you can find people in your life that you could trust, that have your best interests at heart, trust that they have your best interests at heart. And if they say you need help, you need to look out for this, take a look at it. Take a look at it. That's all I got to say. Reaching out for help does not hurt anybody.
That's true. Anybody else? I know that's going to be pretty hard to top for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and just pass it over. Go, guy. Anybody else?
No, that's pretty much ended the show. That was great.
Okay, that was fire. Again, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, and all other major streaming platforms. Make sure be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. It's Bass Effect tonight. This is Down for Debate. We up out of here, man.
Later. Peace.
Peace.